Hey everybody, how's it going? Meister here, and welcome back to Gasparilla Harbor, Florida. In today's episode, I'm going to be working on a few different things, but I'm going to start off by building a beautiful Diverging diamond interchange just outside of St. Patricksburg, where we have US 41, which intersects with I-275, I believe it is. Now, Diverging diamond interchange are relatively new, I would say. They're kind of popping up all over the world in the last couple of years, and there's a number of new ones that have just recently been built in Florida or are under construction at the moment. They seem to be becoming more and more popular, and I've driven through a number of them in Florida, and I honestly really like them. They're not confusing at all when they're properly built, I assume, when you have the proper signage and whatnot. They actually function quite well. So, you know, with there being a number of these in Florida, why not build one in Cities Skylines? So you can kind of treat this as a tutorial, if you will, at least in the first part of this episode, before we're going to move on and do some actual work in St. Patricksburg. So I don't really have too much to say, guys, about this Diverging diamond interchange. I'm going to build it, and I'm going to decorate it a little later in this episode. So I'm just gonna let you chill, listen to a couple of tunes here while I build away, and I will catch up with you guys once we start to work in St. Patricksburg. So sit back and enjoy, guys. And I'm also going to put down in the scroll bar, whatever you wanna call it, if you want to skip ahead and get into the St. Patricksburg portion of this episode. But anyways, sit back and enjoy, guys. All right, there we have it, guys. Beautiful Diverging diamond interchange here, all nicely decorated. We got a nice barrier in between the median here with some nice light poles. You know, I figured I would spruce up this interchange a bit more than what I would usually do. So with this interchange functioning, this is a major point because it provides a little bit of a shortcut, I guess, between the two cities. Gasparilla over here and St. Patrick on the very northern tip of the map. But now let's jump into the actual city of St. Patricksburg, where I'm going to start to work on the southern part of the peninsula here. But I'm going to start working over here near I-275, as in real life in St. Petersburg, right kind of along the Sunshine Skyway, or sorry, the Sunshine Gateway Bridge. Or is it the Skyway? I forget now, guys. It's such a confusing name. Anyways, so beside that bridge, there is a portion of what appears to be reclaimed land, just like this, where you can find a number of what looks like apartment buildings maybe, or condos or something like that. So I am going to do something very similar over here. So I'm going to build out some land just like this, and then I'm going to lay down just a regular 2-lane street. And we'll start off with that, and then let's get to zoning. Now, if I was really careful, I could probably get away with using the search tool to plop any building I wanted here, and I could probably get pretty close to, you know, what kind of buildings would typically be found in Florida. But we're just gonna gamble here. I'm gonna try not to plop any zonable buildings in this series. I still want to play the game naturally. So we're gonna take a little bit of a gamble here. Hopefully these buildings look pretty nice and sort of match the Florida aesthetic. Actually, you know what? What I could do to increase my chances of that is if I build some medium density European buildings instead. That might help us out, because some European buildings in Cities Skylines look a bit more Mediterranean, I guess you could say. That would be a bit closer to the whole Florida theme. So I'm going to try it out, and we'll see what we get here. So let's switch back over to the American theme, and I'm going to plop down, I guess, some row houses in this zone over here. And while that's building out, let's start zoning some new streets. Now, there's not really going to be anything too extravagant, I would say, in this area, because from what the Google Maps look like, southern St. Petersburg doesn't look overly exciting. I could be wrong. I don't really know what's there. But it looks to be just regular suburbs. You know, there's no crazy artificial islands or anything like that. There appears to be a number of really nice parks, though. But unfortunately, I'm kind of limited in space, so I'm not going to be able to build anything too crazy here. But you know what? I'm still going to build a little bit of a interesting road layout. But I'm still going to kind of conform to a grid pattern as well. St. Petersburg rather, is still a very gritty city, I would say. So I guess let's do something like this. Let's start with a very basic road layout. Yeah, I think that looks all right. Maybe I'll extend this main road here just one farther. Yeah, it looks a bit better. All right, now let's get into zoning. However, first, you know what? I think I might place... Oh my god, that fits perfectly there. Look at that, guys. Well, let's go ahead with that. This is a real estate agent's mansion. And it gives +2 well-being within 500 meters, and it fits perfectly within this area, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. There is quite a bit of really nice homes in St. Petersburg, and St. Patricksburg is going to be much the same. So let's try this out here. I'm going to make these zones be along these roads. And then let's get to zoning. Now there's something I want to try here. I don't know how this is going to go, but it appears that a lot of the coastline in St. Petersburg in real life is surrounded by seawalls. Artificial seawalls. I'm assuming because of all the storms and potential for flooding and whatnot. So let's try this out here. I'm gonna plop down a series of paths all throughout the coastal areas along the water. So for now, I'm just going to build up some regular paths, and then we're going to go into, where am I now? Oh yeah, let's go into road services, and then we'll convert these paths into keys, and as you can see, that looks wonderful. We can create these nice artificial seawalls right up against the coast. That looks fantastic, guys. So I won't be doing this for the entire coast of the city, but for a lot of areas, I think it would look pretty cool. Maybe up to about here, and then let's zone some homes. We'll see what kind of terrain we get. Maybe we can just do some rocks along here, because I think the terrain kind of goes up. It might be a bit weird if I want to do a seawall. So a lot of you guys were suggesting that I search for boulder the last time I tried to do a seawall, and oh my god, look at that, guys. You guys are amazing. So let's transfer this into fence mode. No, I don't want fence mode. I want wall-to-wall mode, perhaps? Yeah, so that's going to randomize the rotation of the rocks, which should look pretty cool. So these rocks are a little bit on the large side, I would have to say. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just delete the odd rock and then the odd boulder, I should say. And then let's just plop maybe a bunch of, oops. Just plant a bunch of randomly assorted smaller rocks here in between. And then to blend everything in, let's search for, oh, not parks. Let's go into vegetation and we'll plop some bushes here. There, you know what? This can be kind of like mangroves. I think the water's receding in a lot of these places, guys. Look, if I zoom out, you can see all of these little islands here. These were underwater at one point. Over here too, you can see that, you know, there would have been some little rivers and here running through these areas. So the way that I made this map is I plopped down a bunch of water spawners in certain areas and I didn't in others. So I don't know, I kind of like the fact that there's all these little islands, so I think I might keep it this way as long as the water isn't receding to a pretty crazy level. I don't know, maybe it's not receding at all and it's just me, but we'll see. Over time, I'll just keep an eye on the water levels, and then we'll make some adjustments accordingly as we work away. So here, I think I'm going to make a little bit of like a square inlet here. Oh yeah, look at this. Ooh, we got our European buildings. They don't look very tropical, but I think it's the next best thing. I think they still look pretty okay. All right, so let's keep going with our seawall here. So we're just gonna go around the corner, I guess, up to about here, and then this is making my job a bit easier. It appears that they're already converting themselves into seawalls. And I think I'm gonna end it there, and then all along here I'll do boulders. That should look pretty cool. And then may as well connect this up to the main road, just like this. So we're gonna make this area reasonably accessible for all the local pedestrians. And look at that, we have some people moving in already. Let's do some more small apartments or condos. Probably the occasional timeshare. But we still have to make sure that there is lots and lots of low density, very flat residential. And then I still don't have any commercial demand, surprisingly, but I'm still going to plop down just a little bit. Did I say residential demand? I meant commercial demand, but I have no commercial demand. But I'm still going to build, you know, some little corner stores, small businesses, normal stuff that you would find around any community. Oh crap, guys, did I screw up? Have I been plopping down some regular, boring old residential zones? Hang on, I gotta fix this. You guys are probably screaming at your monitors right now. I'm so sorry, guys. Here, just to be 100% sure, I'm gonna demolish all of these zones, just so I know that I'm plopping some beachy themed residences. I'm probably okay, but it's late Friday night. I'm a little tired after a long week, and I'm not really paying attention 100%. So forgive me, guys, if I screwed up. Maybe I didn't screw up at all, but just want to be sure. I'm just gonna make sure to convert everything. Yeah, these are not Florida themed homes. Neither are these. Are they? I don't think so, but just to be 100% sure. Okay. There we go. Now let's work on this little area. I think I'm going to expand it just a little bit outwards because I want to fit a walking path in behind these buildings. Oh no. Can I fix it? I fixed it. Okay. I gotta be careful here. Here, I'm just gonna go straight out. Anarchy on. And I'll just do a tight 90 degrees. Following the back of all these buildings, hoping not to disturb any of them. It looks like we're good. Okay, and then in between, I can build some little connector paths. Just like so. And I don't know, guys, maybe I should build a, hang on here. I'm gonna reclaim a little bit more land on the very tip of this land here will be a park. So I'm gonna build a road right to the very edge, and then let's see what we can fit here. Let's do small parks. Maybe we can fit a small playground. Or should I do a basketball court? Tennis court's way too large. There's not many areas that I can fit it in this space, but there's one over here in the large park. So you know what? I think I'm just gonna do a small playground. How about that? There, and then we can decorate this whole area really nicely. So let's go back into my Find It tool, and we're going to search for boulder. And again, I'm just going to plop down a random assortment of boulders all along the coast, right up to our seawall over here. Yeah, I gotta say these boulders are a bit on the large side, but you know what? They still look pretty nice. And then what I'll do here is just go all along these rocks, plant some mangroves. Little bushes, things like that. And then plant some nice trees here along this park. Maybe a couple of pine trees as well. Maybe not pine trees. This would be like artificial land. So maybe I'll stick to some very manicured trees. You know, lots of palm trees. Of course, you can't get enough Florida palms. Oh, a floating palm tree. Nope, can't have that. There we go. Now, if I was really going into fine details here, guys, what I would do is build manicured grass all along here, and you know, get into like really nitty-gritty details, things like that. But I don't really want to do that in this series. I still just want to take my time and have fun, you know, progressing and building a proper city. There, lots and lots of little bushes to complement the area. Maybe a couple more palm trees over here. You can never have enough palm trees. Maybe let's have a couple in this guy's backyard. You know, spruce up the whole thing. And then, of course, this person is going to need their privacy, so I'm going to make sure to maybe plop some trees in the back here. There, not too much, because we still want them to have a view. Birch. No, I don't think there's any birch in Florida. Yeah, there we go, guys. That looks wonderful. Now, I have to be mindful of one thing. I know we're kind of in aesthetic mode right now, but I'm going to have to place a sound barrier along this stretch of highway. Otherwise, the local residents are going to complain of high noise pollution. So let's go ahead and do that. I think this will be good. I don't know if this exit is really going to cause a lot of traffic noise. Let's check. But I'm sure the main highway is going to cause a ton of noise. Yeah, so it's already starting, and I suspect that the traffic noise is just going to get a lot worse as the city grows and the traffic increases. There, so I think what I'll do here for the rest of this little stretch here is I'm going to go into multi-tree mode. I'm going to turn off anarchies. I don't want any trees spawning in the water. And then let's do some London plains, I guess. Oh, let's increase the brush strength. Reduce the size a little bit. And then let's see if we can maybe squeeze a couple trees in between some of these homes. A couple of big oak trees. a couple pines a bit higher up on the peninsula. You know, this would be a bit of an older area in town, so these trees would have had time to grow and mature. There, and then let's go to town with some more palm trees. Oh, I guess I'll have to turn on anarchy. Lots and lots of planted palm trees in everybody's yards. It just fills in an area really nicely. But we can't overdo it. We still got to make sure to plant some native species. I don't know how native hickory is in Florida. It might not be at all. I'm not too familiar with trees. I know my basic trees, but beyond that, I'm pretty clueless. But there we go. And there we have it. The southern tip of the city. Wonderful. Why is there still garbage everywhere, guys? Is garbage broken in the game right now? Because it's been a while. Like, I've had time to build an interchange, and oh my god, my garbage is almost full. And my trucks are collecting, but the garbage is not going away. So, I don't know. I think garbage might be broken. But that's not a big deal. Well, it might be a big deal. I'm not really sure. But anyways, let's continue. So let's start by building out this area. But I think I'm going to divide it up in a couple of more spots. So if I build out some streets just like this. Oh, okay. It looks like I just disturbed the plumbing in the area, but that's no big deal. So let's start with some zoning over here. I have a random lot that I'm not really sure what to do with, and when that is the case, we should go straight to parking. Oh, look at that. We can place a long parking lot, which is going to destroy this office, but that looks pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna build some more offices all along here. Is there a way to fix this? It'd be cool to have some street side buildings, but if we can't have that, then let's fix that issue with some more parking. Maybe a good old modest parking lot right here, and then there, some more parking along the main road. Look at that, guys. That is wonderful. Now it kind of ruined this zone. How are we gonna fix this? I think I'll have no choice but to build a path here. And then I can build a path along here. And I think that's okay. Let's do that. And I really want to place just like some shops and stores here. But I still have 0 demand, so I'm just going to place offices instead. And then we're going to fill in all of these zones with more residential. Look at that, guys. That is wonderful. This whole area is being built up. Very exciting. I'm curious to see how these people are going to fare with all the traffic noise. I may have to replace these buildings with, you know, some commercial or something like that. But we'll see. There, so I'm gonna let this area build up a little bit and I will skip ahead. Okay, so everything has been built up and this is what we have so far. So I'm really liking the way this neighborhood turned out. And it's gonna be quite similar to what you're going to see all around downtown here as the city expands. But I'm just really digging this coastal area here. Yeah, I just love the way this turned out. What do you think, guys? Let me know down in the comments. But anyways, I think that's as far as we're gonna get in this episode, but we're off to a really great start. And it appears that my economic situation is improving episode by episode. I remember just a couple of episodes ago, we were losing almost $1 million per month, and I was looking at my balance sheets, wondering how am I ever going to manage this. But like I said, as the city is going to continue to expand, you know, we're gonna bring more taxpayers into town. And you guys have been leaving me great suggestions on what I should build and what I should include going forward to help out with the economic situation. So in no time, guys, we are going to be rolling in the dough, I think. So anyways, like I said, guys, that is going to be it for me for this episode. I thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, as usual, drop a like down below, leave a comment as well, let me know what you think. And certainly don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of future episodes. Thanks again so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.